Hello and welcome back. I'm Jenna. I don't know who I am. I'm Jenna Citrus with She Finance, and I'm here today to talk about JEPI and JEPQ. They're covered call strategies, and they're really hot topics on the internet apparently because somehow I heard about them and bought in. So it's been my first month of holding them, and I've got JEPI pulled up in front of me right here. So I got in on April 9th. I started with $500 and then I put another $2,000 in at $57. And I'd say it's a decent return. I got $19 from my first dividend, but sad news on this fund, it's dropped quite a bit. Let's see. So I have an unrealized return of $84, and I hate realizing losses, or negative $84. So I'm in the red on that fund, but we have JEPQ over here, which I heard a lot more about it, and the JEPI has a lower rate of return for like dividend, and JEPQ is a higher rate, and so I ended up with right at I think around $5,000 in here. No, 5,500, and I ended up with $55 for my first dividend. So I was very excited about that, and I did reinvest it. I have pros and cons about the JEPIs and Qs, and I ended up with $143 towards the positive. And I'm thinking about selling both of these funds, although I'm definitely going to wait until the ex-dividend date to get out of them because I'm not sure if they're shiny objects I've been kind of lusting after. So I was reading, not this book, but The Perfect Portfolio by Cullen Roche. And he said you could send him a message, ask him if you're chasing shiny objects, because so far in this book he's not cover called strategies. And I'm going to finish the book real quick and then grab his email address and be like, hey, what am I doing? What am I getting up to? But I've been watching Permission to Be Wealthy, and I love seeing all of her videos and just seeing how much passive income she's making. And I'm like, okay, I could do that because I'm the person over here on the sideline sitting with my funds in one of those high yield savings account. And I was like, I'm getting almost 4%. Although like I've watched it last year, it just like tanked and tanked and tanked and tanked. I'm almost getting closer to 3% on some of the accounts. So that's a little intimidating to just watch it keep going lower and lower. But one thing I've been learning, the more I've been digging into this, so I was trying to set up a passive income stream to have some side money come in and just kind of be like, oh, hey, got a side basket if we need it. But these are all taxed at capital gains rates, and there's a big basket of other funds that aren't taxed at capital gains rates. So I've been investigating, thinking about that, and they do return of capital. Let me see here. Got a couple of her other ones. These are, I just pulled her funds up because I'm like, I'll take a look and see what you're getting into. So let's see here. These aren't a lot of covered calls though, although the BTCI I had to bite. That was one that just kind of had my interest. I'm like, ooh, I'll try it because supposedly it has a 33% dividend, which is one of those like, and then also Bitcoin. So it's like, I feel a lot of ways about Bitcoin, but there we go. QQQI and SPYI, I believe, were the ones that have a bit better of a tax structure and ratio. So the way they work is they return your capital to you in this high yield that's close to 10%. And as they return your capital, the amount that you have invested stays the same because they are growing at a rate where they pay out. It's kind of hard to explain. It's called return of capital, but watch a video by a financial expert because, hey, I'm just a girl with a Robinhood account. There's your disclaimer. This is what I've been doing, what I've been getting up to, and I've been a little excited because I'm like, ooh, yay, I've got some actual like not return of capital, some appreciation, which this was one that I would probably get out of soon after the ex-dividend date, be like, yeah, give me another $60 or so and see what happens. But yeah, that's my hot take. It's been a month, and I feel like the longer I've been in these funds, the more research I've been wanting to do into them, and then the more I've been wanting to sell them. So we might be hitting this button here soon, but we'll see. We'll leave it alone for now. And here's just a quick look inside my portfolio. If you want to see more funds in my portfolio, let me know in the comments. And I've also heard it's very popular to do full fund breakdowns for portfolios. So this is my first time talking about funds, and here's just a look at what's inside of this fund. Well, only 50% of the fund or less. But I don't know. I feel like it's got some pros, it's got some cons. I'm excited about them. I wish I had invested, of course, back in March. That's how you always win. It's like, oh, I wish I'd done it then. I still find it interesting that they're shorting this account, though. But yeah, I was just so thrilled at that dividend. I was like, I'm a dividend chaser. I just want to set it and forget it and get that passive income strategy up and rolling and see what happens. But I've heard this could have some serious-ish tax consequences, which then reduces your, I'll call it, what do we call that? Like it's a gross net government type of return. I feel like I need to go back to finance school. I've actually never been to finance school. I'm going to the finance school of YouTube, so take me with a grain of salt. We're working on it, but sorry for a cringy first video. It's, I'm new here. But thanks for stepping into this space with me and listening to me rant about JEPI and JEPQ, and I'd be happy to talk about some other funds. Oh, we've got notifications. See what we got going on. So thanks for joining me. Appreciate you, and talk soon. Bye.